One minute, one minute,
Uh,
one
Class
minute.
2.
Deduction in respect of health insurance premium. Deduction in respect of, see, the title of the section says, heading of the section says, deduction in respect of health insurance premium. See, suppose the content of the section gives more details, and if the content of the section is more than heading is for reference sake. Suppose it is talking about something else also, then we have to take something else also, because subsections give more details. Hello? So
Okay.
considering that aspect, heading is for namesake, heading is for reference sake. So deduction in respect of health insurance premium. If you go by the heading, it says, uh, if you go by the heading, it says health insurance premium. Now 80D, subsection 1, in computing the total income of an assessee, being an individual or a Hindu undivided family. So either it is an individual or a HUF, there shall be deducted such sum as specified in subsection 2 or subsection 3. Now, in computing the total income of an assessee, being an individual or HUF, so either Karta of HUF or individual, we are talking about that person, there shall be deducted such sum as specified in subsection 2 or subsection 3. So subsection 2 or subsection 3 amount is specified, a sum is specified in subsection 2 or subsection 3, only regarding that ATD is available, payment of which is made by any mode or specified in subsection 2b in the previous year out of his income chargeable to tax. Assessee being an individual, who is the assessee? Individual or Karta of HUF. Now, it is given for what? Any sum paid for mentioned in subsection 2 or subsection 3, payment of which is made by any mode as specified in subsection 2b. So, in what way you have to pay, that is mentioned in subsection 2b. For what deduction is available, that is mentioned in subsection 2 and subsection 3. And whom it is available, for whom it is available, it is individual or HUF, Karta of HUF. Now, subsection 2. So, subsection 2 and subsection 3 talk about regarding what deduction is available. Now, where the assessee, subsection 2, where the assessee is an individual, now we are talking only about individual. Subsection 1 talks about eligible assessees, either individual or HUF. Subsection 2 talks Subsection 2 talks about individual. Where the assessee is an individual, the sum referred to in subsection 1 shall be aggregate of the following, total of the following, aggregate of the following. So subsection 2 basically is meant for individual. Now, namely, subsection 2 clause A, clause B, clause C. Now, clause A, the whole of the amount paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health. So this is for insurance on health, and this is for the whole of amount paid to effect or keep in force an insurance on the health of the assessee or his family. Assessee or his family. Family means what? Wife, children, or if the person is whom we are referring is a lady, then husband, spouse. Basically, we can tell spouse, children. The word family, does it include parents? So that we have to see explanation. Now, the whole of amount paid for health insurance premium on the health of assessee, self, person, man, woman, so assessee or his family or any contribution his family, or any contribution made to the central government health scheme. So health of assessee or his family, or first one what it says, whole of the amount paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health of the assessee or his family. Now, or any contribution made to the central government health scheme or such other scheme as may be notified by the central government in this behalf. So any contribution made to the central government health scheme or such other scheme as may be notified by central government. So regarding health, or any payment made on account of preventive health checkup, any payment made on account of preventive health checkup of the assessee or his family as does not exceed in the aggregate 25,000 rupees. Now if you observe here, the first point, subsection 2 clause A, there it says health insurance premium. It does not say premium. The word premium is not used. The whole of the amount paid to keep in force an insurance on the health of the assessee. So to keep in force the health insurance policy, what is paid is premium only. The whole of the amount paid to keep in force health insurance policy, that is premium, or contribution made to central government health scheme. Now this is okay. Now the second point is, or any payment, last of the words, any payment made on account of preventive health checkup of the assessee or his family as does not exceed in the aggregate 25,000 rupees. So not only health insurance premium, here it also covers preventive health checkup. So any preventive health checkup that is done in any of the hospitals, or that we have to see again, preventive health checkup of the assessee or his family, that is hospital should have that some beds criteria, all that will be there. So preventive health checkup of, or maybe that we have to see again, preventive health checkup of the assessee. Suppose he person goes to a clinic and clinic he gets the preventive health checkup. So clinic, is it okay, or hospital only is required, or designated hospital is required? That we have to relook into it. Preventive health checkup of the assessee or his family as does not exceed in the aggregate 25,000 rupees. So preventive health checkup, this is not insurance premium. There are 2 points. One is insurance premium, another is contribution to central government schemes, another is preventive health checkup. So this is not at all health insurance premium. If you look at the wordings of the heading it says deduction in respect of health insurance premium. So if you go with the heading, there it says reduction in respect of health insurance premium, whereas that means it looks like it is for premium only. Whereas if you come to the subsection it also covers amount paid for preventive health checkup. Now preventive health checkup definitely is not health insurance premium, and they are talking about 25,000 rupees. So if subsection says something which is more than what the heading says, which one will prevail? Should we go with the heading or should we go with the subsection? Subheading is for reference, but what is spoken in the section, subsection, explanation, proviso, that only will prevail. Interpretation of statutes. And clause B, subsection 2 clause B, the whole of the amount paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health of the parent or parents of the assessee, parent or parents of the assessee, or any payment made on account of preventive health checkup of the parent or parents of the assessee as does not exceed in the aggregate 25,000 rupees. Here the words used is and. Between clause A and clause B, the word used is and. So when the word are is used, either one, here and is used. So this 25,000, suppose 25,000 you make payment for, 50,000 you make payment for, 10,000 you make payment for family members, that is spouse and kids. So parents, our initial question was family, does it include parents? Subsection 2 clause A talks about family. Now the word family, does it include parents? There is a specific paragraph, that is, there is a specific clause dealing with parents. So the word family does not include parents because specific overrides general. In terms of general meaning, family may include parents, but here specifically subsection 2 clause B is dealing with parents. So when it is a specific clause or paragraph or subsection deals specifically with a particular thing, general, it overrides the general meaning. So parent, we have to look into subsection 2 clause B, whereas other members of the family we may have to look into subsection 2. Now family, does it include sisters, brothers, spouse, kids? By default it is spouse, kids, by default it is understandable, but family, does it? Now we are talking about individual only. Subsection 1 is talking about an assessee being an individual or HF, whereas subsection 2 we are talking about only an individual. Now for individual, family, does it mean brothers, sisters also, or only spouse and children? That we have to look into explanation, that we'll see. Now the whole of the amount paid, subsection 2 clause B, the whole of the amount paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health. To keep in force insurance on the health, that means to keep in force the policy, it is nothing but premium of the parent or parents of the C or preventive health checkup, which does not exceed in aggregate 25,000 rupees. So members of the family, 25,000 rupees for what? One is health insurance premium, another is preventive health checkup. So clause B talks about health insurance premium for parents and preventive checkup expense for parents. Now the word family, does it include brothers or sisters? That is not answered in this subsection. We have to go further, we have to see explanation or anything is there, or we have to refer to the word family, is it defined under section 2 of Income Tax Act. Now clause C, the whole, so basically clause A talks about family, clause B talks about parents. Now clause C, the whole of the amount paid on account of medical expenditure incurred on the health. Now we are talking about medical expenditure, whole of the amount paid on account of. Here we are not talking about amount paid to keep in force an insurance policy. No, this is not premium. That is clause A, clause B talks about premium and preventive health checkup. Whereas now clause C, the whole of the amount paid on account of medical expenditure incurred on the health of the assessee or any member of his family, assessee or any member of his family, as does not exceed in aggregate 50,000 rupees. Now here we are talking about medical expenditure, 50,000 rupees. This is available ATD. If a person goes to a clinic and spends, is it available? Or if a person goes to government hospital, is it available? Or if a person goes to private hospital, is it available? Or the private hospital should it be eligible for ATD? Or any receipt given by the any hospital, whether it is eligible or not eligible, is it okay? So whole of the amount paid on account of medical expenditure incurred on the health of the assessee or any member of his family, as does not exceed in aggregate 50,000 rupees. So we are talking about medical expenditure. Now clause D, the whole of the amount paid on account of medical expenditure, again medical expenditure, incurred on the health of any parent of the assessee, as, see, parent, here the word parents are not used. Parent in clause C, in clause B, the word parent or parents were used. Actually, the word plural there was no need to use, because as per General Clauses Act, singular includes plural. So there was no need to stress on parents. The word parent should have been enough in clause B, but clause D they have used only parent. It also means parents. The whole, as per General Clauses Act, singular includes plural. A includes many, and for that, lot of litigation, lot of cases are there in various sections. The whole of the amount paid on account of medical expenditure incurred on the health incurred on the health of any parent of the assessee as does not exceed in aggregate 50,000 rupees. So clause A talks about family, clause B talks about parents, clause C talks about family, clause D talks about clause D talks about parents. So clause A talks about self or member of the family. Clause B talks about parents. Clause C talks about self or member of the family. Clause D talks about parents. Now clause A, clause B amount is 25,000. Clause C, clause D amount is 50,000. Clause A, clause B is regarding insurance premium or amount paid in relation to preventive health checkup. Clause C, clause D talks about medical expenditure. Clause A, clause B 25,000. Clause C, clause D 50,000. Now another question arises. Now assessee spends 10,000 for self and 20,000 for parents. Combinedly 25,000 will apply, or for individual and family member, any other family member 25,000, parents 25,000. Should we take that meaning? So that interpretation, again the question will arise. Here it says aggregate 25,000 rupees, and if you go with the intention of the act, because parents means more or less they may be senior citizens above 60s, so separate amount should be given possible. That might be the interpretation. Here literal interpretation, if we want to go for stringent interpretation, we may have to see both put together 25,000. But if you go with the objective of the act, because 25,000 nothing will come now. One hospital visit, 25,000 nothing will come, or health insurance premium or preventive health checkup. So parents separate, family members separate. So it should be 25,000. Clause A and clause B should be 25,000, 25,000 separate. It should be that might be the objective of the section. Now what is happening in practice, that we have to see. Now clause A, clause B, clause C, clause D. Scroll down a little. Scroll down a little. 1 minute. Provided that the amount referred to in clause C and clause D. Clause C is for what? Medical expenditure. Clause D is for what? Medical expenditure. Clause C is for self or any member of the family. Clause D is for parents. Provided that amount referred to in clause A or clause D is paid in respect of a senior citizen, and no amount has been paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health of such person. Provided further that amount referred to in clause C or clause D is paid in respect of a senior citizen, and no amount has been paid to effect or keep in force an insurance on the health of such person. So next, that will come back again. Provided further that the aggregate of the sum specified under clause A and clause C What is clause A? Clause A is for self and any member of the family. What is clause C? Clause C is for self and any member of the family. Clause A. Clause A is what? Clause A is health insurance premium or preventive health checkup. Is it or and? Huh. And clause C is what? Medical expenditure. So, provided, second proviso we are reading. We are reading second proviso. Provided further that the aggregate of the sums specified under clause A and clause C are the, 1 minute. Yeah. Provided further that the aggregate of sums specified under clause A and clause C or the aggregate of the sums specified under clause B and clause D. So, clause A and clause C is for self and any member of the family. Clause B and clause D is for parents. Shall not exceed the shall not exceed 50,000 rupees. Now family also is defined, that will come across. Provided further that the aggregate of the sums specified under clause A and clause C are, it is not and, it is are there. Clause A and clause C, after that the word are is used. The aggregate of the sums specified under clause B and clause D shall not exceed 50,000 rupees. So here what clause A and clause C is for self and family member. So clause A talks about 25,000 rupees. Clause C talks about 50,000 rupees. So 25 and 50 put together it will come to 75,000. Proviso says A and C put together should not be more than 50,000. Even though clause C gives 50,000, even though clause A gives 25,000, clause A and clause C, A and C, A plus C put together should not be greater than 50,000, should be lesser than or equal to 50,000. Similarly, clause B and clause D, that is for parents. Clause B and clause D, that is 25,000 and 50,000, total 75,000. A, B and B plus D should be lesser than or equal to 50,000. It is or, it is not and. A plus C should be lesser than or equal to 50,000, or B plus D should be lesser than or equal to 50,000. Now explanation. For the purpose of clause A, now first proviso we have to revisit again. Explanation. For the purpose of clause A, family means the spouse and dependent children. Here the word used is dependent. Suppose the person is, the children have grown up and they are working, they are earning their own money. Those children are not covered. Family means spouse. Here dependent spouse is not used. It is spouse. For a man it is woman. For a woman it is a man. So spouse, the word dependent is not used. Yeah, Rajendra. Yeah, mute your mic. 1 minute. Mute your mic. Whenever you want to speak, that time you unmute your mic.
Okay.
Yeah, for the purpose of clause A, family means the spouse. Here the word dependent spouse is not used. The spouse. Spouse may be earning any amount. Means the spouse. And for children the word used dependent. Dependent children of the assessee. Now we had asked a question whether brothers, sisters, amount is paid. Is it available? No, it's not available. Here family, the word means for self and family means any member of the family means spouse and dependent children. Now subsection 2a, we have to visit proviso subsection 2, first proviso again, we'll come back again. Subsection 2a, where the amounts referred to in clauses A and clauses B of subsection 2, clause A and clause B of subsection 2 are paid account of preventive health checkup. The deduction of such amounts, clause A and clause B. Clause A is for preventive health checkup of self and member of the family. Clause B is for parents, preventive health checkup or insurance premium. Now we are talking about preventive health checkup, where the amounts referred to in clause A and clause B of subsection 2 are paid on account of preventive health checkup. The deduction for such amounts shall be allowed to the extent it does not exceed in aggregate 5,000 rupees. So 80D, preventive health checkup expense deduction, is it available? It's available. Now clause A or clause B, it talks about 25,000 rupees. Now preventive health checkup, 25,000, is it eligible? 25,000, even insurance premium is not paid, only preventive health checkup is there. 25,000, can it be claimed? Subsection 2a says, where the amounts referred to in clause A and clause B of subsection 2 are paid on account of preventive health checkup, the deduction for such amount shall be allowed to the extent it does not exceed in aggregate 5,000 rupees. Now, where the amounts referred to in clause A, here the word and is used, but should it be read as or? Because for parent it is separate, for self and member of the family is separate. So to the extent it does not exceed 5,000 rupees. So even though clause A or clause B gives a deduction amount of 25,000, see, all this once upon a time they are drafted. Now all these amounts have to be revised, and all this subsection, that subsection may not, we may have to think about the objective of the section rather than limiting the amounts. Objective of the section is giving deduction for health. If the person's health and healthcare is good enough, then work culture will be better and productivity will be better, so many things. So if we go with the objective of the section, once upon a time all these sections were drafted, we may have to rethink about all these things. But anyway, new regime, none of these deductions are available. So depends on the assessee how the person opts for. Now as per subsection 2a, where the amounts referred to in clause A and clause B, so basically it talks about preventive health care, and clause A or clause B, clause A for self or member of the family, clause B for parents. Now even though 25,000 is mentioned, preventive health checkup 5,000 is the limit. That means a person is having 20,000 rupees preventive health checkup and 5,000 rupees insurance premium. Even though he spends 20,000 rupees for preventive health checkup, available deduction is only for 5,000. That is, subsection 2a puts a restriction on the amount mentioned in subsection 2 regarding preventive health checkup. Even though subsection 2 talks about 25,000 rupees deduction, but regarding preventive health checkup, only 5,000 is available, maximum. Now subsection 2b, for the purpose of deduction under subsection 1, the payment shall be made by. Now subsection 2b talks about mode of payment. Now let us come back to proviso 1, subsection 2, proviso 1. Provided that amount referred to in clause C, what is that? Medical expenditure, or clause D, what is that? Medical expenditure, is paid in respect of a senior citizen, that is 60 plus. Clause C, senior citizen, means what? Clause D, parents, in all probability maybe 60 plus. Clause C, suppose the assessee himself is senior citizen, possible. So assessee himself or herself is senior citizen. Provided that the amount referred to in clause C or clause D is paid in respect of a senior citizen. That means any member of the family, spouse or self, is a senior citizen, that is clause C. Clause D, parents, possible senior citizen, is paid in respect of a senior citizen, and no amount has been paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health of such person, provided that the amount referred to in clause C or clause D is paid in respect of a senior citizen and no amount has been paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health of such person. So if you read with clause C or clause D, now what is clause D? What is clause C? Clause C is for medical expenditure. What is clause D? Clause D is for medical expenditure. So clause C or clause D talks about medical expenditure. Clause C talks about self or member of the family. Clause D talks about parents. Now, what is the amount given in clause C or clause D? Amount given in clause C or clause D is 50,000 rupees. That is for medical expenditure deduction. The amount referred to in clause C or clause D, that is medical expenditure, 50,000, is paid in respect of a senior citizen, and no amount has been paid to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health of such person. So, clause C or clause D, if you have to take the benefit, that is medical expenditure, it should be paid in respect of a senior citizen, and that too, health insurance premium policy should not be there. So clause C, clause D, what it says, medical expenditure deduction amount is 50,000. But what is the proviso it say? What is the proviso says? What does the proviso say? Provided that amount referred to in clause C or clause D is paid in respect of a senior citizen. So clause C, clause D benefit of 50,000 is available if the person is a senior citizen, self or any member of the family, clause C, parent, clause D, person should be a senior citizen for whom medical expenditure is being incurred. 2. If, and, it is not or, it is and no amount has been paid to keep in force an insurance on the health. So there should not be an health insurance policy. So, proviso, what is first proviso say? See, clause, subsection 2, clause C, clause D talk about medical expenditure. Deduction available is 50,000. But what the proviso says, first proviso says, subsection 2, first proviso says, this medical expenditure should be incurred in respect of a senior citizen. That means self, the associate should be a senior citizen, our spouse should be a senior citizen, or dependent children are a senior citizen. The beneficiary is a senior citizen for whom medical expenditure is incurred. Point number 1. Point number 2. For that beneficiary, health insurance premium should not be there. If health insurance premium is there, then medical expenditure deduction is not available. If health insurance premium is not there, then medical expenditure deduction is available. So we will come back, revisit again. So clause 2b, subsection 2b talks about mode of payment, where the assessee is HF. Now, if you observe, subsection 2 spoke only about individual. Subsection 1 talks about individual or HF. Subsection 2 spoke about only individual. Now we are coming to 2b, mode of payment. For the purpose of deduction under subsection 1, the payment shall be made by 1. Any mode, including cash, in respect of any sum paid on account of preventive health checkup. So it says any mode. It can be cash, it can be check, it can be DD, it can be any mode of payment, negotiable instrument if the recipient accepts. So any mode including cash. in respect of any sum paid on account of preventive health checkup, any mode other than cash in all other cases not falling under clause 1. So in case of preventive health checkup, even though 25,000 deduction is available as per clause A or clause B, second proviso restricted to 5,000. Now this preventive health checkup, how you can pay? You can pay in check, cash, DD, whatever amount less than or equal to 5,000 deduction available. Now what about other things, other payments apart from premium, apart from preventive health checkup? That is insurance, health insurance, medical expenditure. For the purpose of subsection deduction under subsection 1, the payment shall be made by any mode other than cash in all other cases not falling under clause 1. If you want to make health insurance premium, other than cash. If you want to make payment for a medical expenditure, other than cash. So other than cash means either check, draft, account pay check, or should it be account pay check, or should it be can it be bearer check? That they are not mentioned. Here any mode other than cash they are told. So preventive health checkup to the extent of 5,000 less than or equal to 5,000, payment in cash or any mode is okay. So whereas for other things, for health insurance premium, medical expenditure, all that, cash is not accepted. Other than cash only has to be given, that is check, DD, also on. Now subsection 3, where the assessee is HUF, the sum referred to in subsection 1 shall be the aggregate of the following, namely. So subsection 2 talks about individual, subsection 2b talks about, and proviso put some exceptions. Subsection 2b talks about mode of payment. Subsection 3 talks about HUF. Subsection 3 HUF, where the assessee is HUF, that is Karta, the sum referred to in subsection 1 shall be the aggregate of the following, namely. See, similar to subsection 2, subsection 2 is for individual and it gives details about 25,000, 50,000 for as a self, member of the family, for parents, for health insurance premium, for preventive health checkup, for medical expenditure, all are spoken in relation to individual. Whereas subsection 3 speaks about HUF, aggregate of the following, namely whole of the amount paid to effect or keep in force in insurance on the health of any member of the family, any member of the HUF, as does not exceed in the aggregate 25,000 rupees, and the whole of the clause B, the whole of the amount paid on account of medical expenditure incurred on the health of any member of HUF, as does not exceed in aggregate 50,000 rupees. So similar to clause A, clause B, that is clause A here. Clause C, clause D, it is clause B here. So clause A talks about health insurance premium. Here preventive health checkup is not there. If you observe, preventive health checkup is not there. Point number 1. Here only health insurance premium is covered in clause A, and clause B we are talking about medical expenditure. And health insurance premium, there also it was around 25,000, and preventive health checkup, here it is not preventive health checkup, for medical expenditure, here it is 50,000, same. There also it is 50,000, here also it is 50,000. Now proviso, whether they are same, we have to see. Provided that the amount referred to in clause B, that is medical expenditure, is paid in respect of a senior citizen, and no amount has been paid to effect or keep in force an insurance premium on the health of such person. Provided further that the amount referred to in clause B is paid in respect of a senior citizen, same. Subsection 2 talks about individual, subsection 3 talks about HUF. There also, for medical expenditure, we are talking about medical expenditure. For medical expenditure, amount should be paid in respect to senior citizen, and there should not be any health insurance policy. So if the person is incurring a medical expenditure, Karta is incurring medical expenditure for member of the family who is not a senior citizen, it is not available. So Karta is incurring medical expenditure, amount is paid in respect of a senior citizen. Point number one. There should not be any health insurance policy. If health insurance policy is there, go with that. If health insurance policy is not there, you are making a payment to senior citizen, then 50,000 rupees is available. Similar to individual, this is subsection 3. That is subsection 2 is for individual, subsection 3 is for HUF. Provided further that, second proviso, the aggregate of the sum specified under clause A and clause B, that is health insurance and medical expenditure, shall not exceed 50,000 rupees. So health insurance premium 25,000, medical expenditure 50,000, total put together even if it is 75,000, put together it will be treated as 50,000. That is proviso 2. Same individual what we referred here, proviso 2 there, proviso 2 here, it is same. Proviso 1 there, proviso 1 here, that is also same. Now subsection 4. Where the sum specified in clause A or clause B of subsection 2, that is subsection 2 is for individual, clause A or clause B is for self or any member of the family or parents, that is insurance premium, preventive health checkup, or clause A of subsection 3, that is again health insurance premium. Here preventive checkup is not there in subsection 3. This is for HF. Where any sum specified is paid to or keep in force an insurance on the health of any person specified therein and who is a senior citizen, the provisions of this section shall have effect as if for the words 25,000 rupees, the words 50,000 rupees has been substituted. So, health insurance premium, preventive health checkup put together, it is 25,000. For individual, clause A, clause B. For HF, clause A. Subsection 2, clause A, clause B for individual. Subsection 3, clause A for HF. Here we are talking about if the person health insurance premium is paid for senior citizen, then instead of 25,000, we have to take it as 50,000. Now, so here that's okay. Now 25,000 you made it 50,000. Medical expenditure 50,000. Health insurance premium 50,000. Now all put together should we add and take 50,000 only net? For senior citizen they gave a benefit saying that instead of 25,000 you take 50,000 health insurance premium deduction. Medical expenditure and proviso says, second proviso, if you go through the proviso, there it says 25,000 and 50,000 total put together 50,000. 75,000 if it becomes also, you have to take 50,000. Now in subsection 4, they gave an incentive to the, they gave a additional benefit to the senior citizen saying that instead of 25,000 you take it 50,000. But the proviso didn't increase the amount. Proviso total put together it is 50,000 only. There proviso is not amended. They didn't amend the proviso, they amended the subsection. So overall you can take self and any member of the family for individual subsection 2 50,000 overall, and for HF any member of the family Karta can take 50,000, and medical expenditure is available if health insurance premium is not there. 2, it should be in relation to a senior citizen. So now subsection 4a, where the amount specified in clause A or clause B of subsection 2, subsection 2 is for individual, clause A or clause B is for health insurance premium of self or any member of the family or parents. Where amount specified in clause A or clause B of the subsection 2 or clause A of subsection 3, that is health insurance premium again for HF, is paid in lump sum in the previous year to effect or to keep in force an insurance on the health of any person specified for more than a year is paid in lump sum in the previous year, is paid in the previous year, paid in lump sum, and it is a health insurance premium for more than a year. It is not annual premium that is being paid, lump sum amount for particular number of years. Then, subject to the provision of this section, there shall be, scroll down, subject to the provision of this section, there shall be allowed for each of the relevant previous year a deduction equal to the appropriate fraction of the amount. Suppose 3 years lump sum amount is paid or 5 years lump sum amount is paid. So there shall be allowed for each of the previous year a deduction equal to the appropriate fraction of the amount. So maybe 1/5 they will take every year. 5 years lump sum, instead of paying annual premium, 5 years lump sum they have paid. So should we take 1/5 of that amount every year? Fraction is taken. Explanation. Appropriate fraction, that also is given explanation. Explanation is there. For the purpose of this subsection, appropriate fraction, clause 1. Appropriate fraction means the fraction, the numerator of which is 1 and the denominator of which is the total number of relevant previous years. So suppose it is made for 5 years, the numerator is 1 and denominator is 5. So 1/5. Relevant previous year, clause 2, means the previous year beginning with the previous year in which such amount is paid and the subsequent previous year or years during which the insurance shall have effect or be in force. So suppose 5 years lump sum amount is paid. Previous year 1 it is paid. It is paid for 5 years. So previous year 1, current previous year we have to take, that is assessment year, we have to consider the benefit, and following 4 years we have to take. In this example. Now subsection 5, the insurance referred to in this section. Now insurance. Which insurance? The insurance referred to in this section shall be in accordance with the scheme made in this behalf by General Insurance Corporation of India. That means all health insurers, can it be this benefit, is it available? Any person whom we paid, a foreign insurer person, let us say a foreign insurer, the person pays premium. Can you claim deduction under 80D? Can the assessee claim deduction under 80D? Subsection 5. The insurance referred to in this section shall be in accordance with the scheme made in this behalf by A. Clause A. The General Insurance Corporation of India. General Insurance Corporation of India. GICI. Formed under Section 9 of General Insurance Business Nationalization Act 1972 and approved by central government in this behalf. So it is not available for all insurers. The insurer should come under the purview of General Insurance Corporation of India, formed under Section 9. The insurance referred to in this section shall be in accordance with the scheme made in this behalf by. The scheme is made by General Insurance Corporation of India. In accordance with that scheme, the insurer should be operating. The scheme should be made by the scheme is made by General Insurance Corporation of India, and the insurer should be operating as per the scheme and approved by the central government. Now clause B, any other insurer and approved by Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, IRDA, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, established under subsection 1 of section 3 of Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act. So, first of all, it should be as per a particular scheme. The scheme should be drafted by whom? The scheme should be given by whom? The scheme should be given by uh, scroll down, scroll up a little, scroll up a little. The scheme should be drafted by particular insurance company, which is a particular authority, which is the authority General Insurance Corporation of India, or IRDA, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. So if the scheme is drafted by these authorities and the insurer is operating as per the scheme and who is got respective approvals, then only 80D is available. Suppose health insurance is paid for a foreign insurer who is not operating as per the scheme as per General Insurance Corporation of India or IRDA, and the scheme is not then it may not be available. First we have to see whether proper approvals are required. Approvals are there, then only health insurance premium, if we pay, of the assessee pays, then deduction is available. So check with the hospital or check with the dispensary or wherever you are making the payment, health insurance you are going for, and whether that person whom that is whomever they are associated, whichever health insurance companies they are associated, whether they are approved as per the relevant schemes, approved authorities, as per the relevant authorities approved by. Now explanation: for the purpose of this section, senior citizen means an individual resident in India. Senior citizen, if he is staying in abroad, can you claim a benefit here? Senior citizen means an individual resident in India who is the age of 60 years or more at any time during the previous year. That means the person should have completed 60 at any time during the previous year. April 1st to 31st March. April 1st of first year to 31st March of second year. That means April 1st to 31st March previous year, the financial year, person should have completed 60 years. Now, so this is what is 80D. So 80D, if we summarize, subsection 1 talks about individual or HF amount paid. Subsection 2 talks about individual. Subsection 3 talks about HF. Subsection 2B talks about mode of payment. For preventive health checkup, cash is okay. But for any other thing, whatever is covered under this section, other than cash only, accepted. Deduction is available. Now scroll up a little. 1 minute. 4A. So let us say medical expenditure is not there. Person has paid, assessee or member of the family has paid approximately 50,000 rupees for 50,000 or more than 50,000 for parents health insurance premium. By default, health insurance premium maximum 25,000 is available. Suppose medical expenditure is not there, so 25,000 is available. Now suppose the person is a senior citizen, 50,000 is also available. Coming to medical expenditure, as per we have to read the medical expenditure subsection relevant clause along with proviso. We have to read with proviso. Medical expenditure, it has to be incurred, paid, incurred, paid. Deduction is available if health insurance policy is not there. 2, he or she should be a senior citizen. Otherwise, medical expenditure benefit is not available. Suppose the person is not having health insurance premium, but the person is a senior citizen, deduction of medical expenditure is available. person is not having health insurance premium, person is less than 60 years, lesser than 60 years, deduction is not available for medical expenditure. So medical expenditure, whether it is individual, subsection 2, whether it is HF, subsection 3, read with proviso, medical expenditure deduction is available only if the amount is paid in relation regarding a senior citizen, medical expenditure of a senior citizen. 2, there should not be any health insurance policy on the senior citizen. So overall we can summarize subsection 2, subsection 3, individual and HF. Subsection 2, clause A, clause B talks about health insurance premium, preventive health checkup. Here it is subsection 2, clause A, clause B. Whereas there in HF, subsection 3, clause A, preventive health checkup. Health insurance premium. Preventive health checkup is not there in HF. So there it is health insurance premium. Common factor is health insurance premium. Now here subsection 2, individual health insurance for self and any member of the family. Clause B, health insurance and preventive health checkup for parents. Family includes only spouse and dependent children. Whereas coming to clause B, dependent parents is not used. The word parents is used. The word dependent parents are not used. And suppose the person is not dependent. Deduction, is it available? Yes. Children, dependent children is used. Spouse dependent is not used. Parents dependent is not used. Go back, scroll up, subsection 2, clause B. Subsection 2, clause B. Scroll up. Clause B, here the word dependent, is it used? The word dependent is not used. The word parent or parents is used. The word dependent is used only in respect of children. Now, clause A, clause B, 25,000. Clause C, clause D, 50,000. Can the person take 25 and 50, 75? No. Overall deduction available is 50. Now, the person has paid 10,000 for self, 20,000 for parents, for health insurance premium. Now, overall put together 25,000 is available, or 10,000 separate, 25,000 should be separate. Here, if you observe, for self, clause A, self for any member of the family, 25,000. Now, parents, 25,000. Suppose self and self and any member of the family, the person has spent 10,000. For parents, the person has spent 20,000. Can he take less than 25,000, 10,000? Less than 25,000, 20,000? Total 20 plus 10, 30 can he take? Or overall put together 25,000? Now, if you observe, the whole of the amount paid, so and so, as does not exceed in the aggregate 25,000, and the word used is and. Health checkup of the parent or parent as does not exceed in aggregate, parent or parent does not exceed in aggregate 25,000. Here the word used is between clause A and clause B, and. Now clause C and clause D, again the word used is and. Clause C and clause D, the word used is and. It does not use the word or. If it uses the word or, let us say clause A or clause B or clause C or clause D, the assessee can claim any one of them, not everything. The word used is not or, the word used is and. So, assessee and any member of the family 10,000, that is less than 25,000. Parents 20,000, that is less than 25,000. So and 10 plus 20, and refers to plus, and so 10 plus 20, 30 is possible. Now clause C or clause D, medical expenditure. Medical expenditure we have to read with proviso. So the person is having insurance premium, health insurance policy, then clause C, clause D is not available at all. Now clause A and clause B, wherever 25,000 is referred, if the health insurance premium is paid for a senior citizen, self or parents, even dependent children, if they are senior citizens, assume 85 years old father is paying for dependent children, that is 60 years old son or 60 years old daughter, dependent children. In India, possible. Self-reliance, priority is not there, so possible. 85 years old father or 85 years old mother, spouse, is paying insurance premium for dependent son or dependent daughter. Possible. Father, super senior citizen, is paying for senior citizen son or daughter, because son or daughter is not doing anything. So is it possible? Yeah. In India is possible. Self-reliance, until the word self-reliance, Atmanirbharata, does not come in. So this is possible. So let us come back to section. So section, if health insurance premium is paid for senior citizen, clause A or clause B, individual, subsection 2, HF, subsection 3, clause A, where health insurance premium is paid for a senior citizen, instead of 25,000, amount that can be taken available is 50,000. So overall, if you see, maximum deduction available under 80D is 50,000. Mr. Rajendra, any observations or any points you want to tell, or any thing you want to convey?
No, nothing.
Okay, so it's preferable to prepare a chart, either in MS Word document, MS Word or PPT on this, so or a table form, chart in the table form, or a flow diagram, flow chart, anything, so that we can put it across to other people, and they can share their opinions and they can add their words, viewpoints.